unspoken hero of the person that I am today. When we talk about me and fishing, you know, it's always easy. People always ask you who introduced you into fishing and how did you get started fishing? What's your inspiration to get fishing? And it's always dad, 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 dad. But my dad did introduce me to fishing, and he does deposited a lot of his genetics into the person who I am today. But my mom is 100% the reason I am where I'm at today, for so many reasons. I wish I could get my mom to do a video with me, but she doesn't. That's just not her. She doesn't want to do that, and I respect that. She's done a little bit of stuff with me before, but I can tell that she just doesn't really want to do that, and I respect it. So I had to just tell you about my mom instead of show you who she is and how sweet a person she is to me. Of course, boys are always close to their mom. That's just, you know, that's just the way it is. You always love your mom when you're a boy. But there's looking back, there's like a couple of things that really stand out to me that that made me the person that I am today, because my mom did that. She put that in me. She deposited the seed. She planted the seed and made me who I am today. One thing I think about is obviously this, standing with a camera in my face right now. My mom was the OG of vlogging. She was vlogging before it was cool. She was vlogging before it was YouTube. She had one of the old big camcorders that she would set on her shoulder. She actually moved up to a little mini one that was like a little palm one that you would, you know, you'd look in and you'd video little RCAs or whatever they were. She was using those back in the 80s and early 90s. And she would just turn it on in the house when it was just me or my brother or both of us. She would just turn it on and just video us. Just literally just video us in the house playing with our toys. Or after a fishing tournament, she would vlog. She would bring it to the lake and video us fishing. She would take it to my baseball games and video the entire game. Think about that. Think about videoing the entire game. She would video the entire baseball game. So being exposed to that, I had no idea when I was 8, 9, 10 years old that her exposing me to what it's like to be in front of a camera was going to birth what it is today, doing YouTube and doing TV shows. And I had no idea that that was depositing. That's why I feel comfortable in front of a camera. That's why it's easy for me. Like, doing anything video wise is easy because mom exposed me to that way early on. The second thing is, I don't know if I've talked about this very much. I know I've talked about it on some platforms, but I'm not sure if I share much about it here on YouTube. There was a point in time where my dad did in fact expose me to fishing, brought me to the sport. But there was definitely a time as a teenager and in my early 20s where there was a lot of head bumping going on because I wanted to fish. And Dad's like, no, you need to go for this stable lifestyle of working and owning a business and yeah. So I always had to fight that. I had to press through that part of my dad saying, you know, fishing is just meant to be a hobby. It's just meant to be fun. You're never going to make any money at that. Okay. So, but my mom always knew that that's where my heart was fishing. And she didn't care nothing about what she thought I could potentially make fishing. She knew that that was where my heart was. So anytime my pops might have threw a little bit of discouragement my way about wanting to do it full time for a living, this is all I want to do, my mom was always whispering in my ear, hey, you can do it. She was always like in my ear telling me, you can make it, you can do it. I know that I would have never had the balls to step out and even try it had she not been whispering in my ear. I don't know if you guys watched the practice video from this week. Like I had a little bit of frustration in practice because, you know, like you work really hard to make it to these kind of tournaments and you don't want to waste those opportunities. So I think I was showing probably a little bit more emotion that was reasonable for the time, or maybe it was reasonable. But you know, you get to these tournaments and you want to, like, you just want to make them count. And so I had to reel some of that emotional baggage back today and just really think about how good the year has been. Like, just reflect for a minute, just sit back and reflect on some past tournaments. I had a lot of really good moments this year, and I fished really happy this year. Like the tournaments that I had. God dang, dude, the jump. Cam, bro, knock the crap out of that sprinter right in that bush. I was scared. I missed that fish. Every time I've been here, whether you're catching them or not. Well, it's time to get started finally. The championship, we made it here. I'm looking forward to all the possibilities. Literally anything can happen out there today. You know, you're fishing in the land of giants. You've seen a lot of big fish caught here on the St. Lawrence River. There's been a lot of big tournaments here. It's become a popular destination, and so it's pretty cool to experience this place first of all. And now I kind of like the way that I'm going to be fishing this week. I learned a lot of new stuff, and then I also I'm looking forward to trying some old stuff too that I did last year when I was here. So I'm late this morning. He just called my name, asked me to go through boat check. So that's how we're gonna start off the morning.
Congratulations on your birth here to the 2022 title championship. The game is about to start.
I guess you got my number because I sure don't know it.
24.
24.
Good luck check-in today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Live wells.
Yes, sir.
Got them. You're good. Thank you, sir. All right. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Y'all too. All right, first day of the title championship here. Should be a good day. I've caught some bigs right around in here before, so just try to catch some bigs again today. Good thing about what I'm doing is you can actually see them too. I ain't caught one yet.
All right. Once you
Yeah, I don't think they're not biting here as good as they did last year, but I couldn't leave it because I did catch a few. I just had to start here because it's so close. I'm gonna give it to 8:30 and then I'll go down to my stuff down the river.
Down by Waddington?
Yeah, right around Waddington, and I may make it to Brockville, but I hope I don't have to. I just said if I could catch 3 before like 9 o'clock that I wouldn't leave here. So, you know, I'll just try it and see what happens. They're just so much bigger here, but you just don't get many bites. Might be getting ready to catch one right here.
Alrighty.
I'll see a few. It's not a big one, it's a small one. You just never know when they get in that current. This is a small one. Yeah, they look kind of silly actually sometimes. If you see one on the graph, he's biting it, but there's just not that many. But sometimes they'll be like good ones, like good ones. There's a couple right here too, but I don't think I'm gonna make it down in time. Should be a good day. I've caught some bigs right around in here before, so. That's a 4.5. That's probably, it's at least 4, maybe 4.5. Just a 4. Didn't get to see this one, but it looks like a pretty good one. You just never know. When they get in the current, they just, first of all, it's a smallmouth. He's got a tail the size of a freaking ceiling fan. And then they get in the current and they just go. So it's funny, I couldn't catch them on a crankbait in the practice, but today I think it's gonna be a crankbait day. Like, I think they want it today. Couldn't really catch them. I had to catch them on the mid, on the same banks, but today I think they're gonna bite a crankbait pretty good. Oh, he's hooked in the, he's not big at all. He's hooked in the freaking side. Sorry guys. He jumped and I couldn't see him, but he got it like a funny way in his head, so he felt a lot bigger than he was. We definitely don't want to be keeping those ones today. That is a freaking giant. This is a freaking giant, dude. This is a 5-pounder. This is a 5-pounder. Yes! Yes! Heck yeah! That's a 5-pounder. Woo! That's a 6-pounder maybe. Dude, he ain't got not one piece of the crankbait in his mouth. Oh my God. Yes! 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 I think if I can find maybe 2 more big ones, I really feel like I might be able to crack somewhere around 20. Like if I can get over 20 today, that would be so good. I didn't see none of that in practice, so just being completely honest. I didn't catch, I had like a couple 16-pound days or so. I know because I weighed them, so it's not like I'm underestimating them or anything. I weighed almost all my fish in practice, and I caught a couple 4-pounders. I did catch a couple 4-pounders, and I caught maybe 1 or 2. I caught quite a few 3s, but the difference in 3s and 4s is eons. I don't know what it's like with, you know, like we got a 50 boat tournament, so I don't know what that's gonna be like, but man, like the difference in that is a big deal between 3 to 4. Even 3.5 to 3 3/4 is a big deal. You know, you want to have those 3 3/4 at all costs for small ones if you can get away with it. You really need to not try to have any 3s. And now I got a couple 3s right now, so I'm gonna keep hack attacking, moving around. I'll come back up here where I started just to see if I catch anything else. You never know. I don't have a big group of fish. It's just fish swimming around. Like you just kind of like, it's almost like wintertime fishing. I don't have any schools found. I have ways to catch fish, which is a little scary. it. Saw that one on live scope. Saw him on live scope on that boulder. He's not a big, but he's like 3 pounds or so. I don't know if I got the trolling motor or anchor mode and it's holding me here. It's almost like that works against you because he gets in that current and he's headed back that way. And he puts his nose in there. You only got 8-pound test line, so it's not like I can just say, all right, buddy, let's get in the boat. You gotta take your time, and he's just got all the advantage with the current. Don't be jumping because that's unnecessary and cruel punishment. It's a big old boulder down there, like 25 foot. I usually catch 1 or 2 here. I never caught a big here, but I need this one right now anyway. It'd be nice to get rid of him throughout the day, but I definitely need it right now. He's not that small, that's for sure. All right. Okay. He's not that big, but he's definitely not that small either. Do a little bit more culling. Get the hammer, there you go. All right, let's try to upgrade some. I would like to have like a 22, 23 pound sight. Reason being is I've had experience with this bite that I'm doing today, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like, you don't really catch them 2 times in a row like this. You really got to cover a lot of water. Now that doesn't mean I won't do this again when I come back, but usually I get 1 good day out of this. It's an over 20 pound bag and I rock on. But I got a few contingencies built into my plan this time. I didn't last time. I was dead set on catching them this way, but now I do know how to catch them deep too. But I never caught any good ones like out there. I think the best I could do was 16 or 17 pounds out deep. So you know, if I can get up to 20, you know, 22, 23 today, which means probably 2 more 4s. 2 more 4-pounders are like a 5 and, you know, heavy 3 or something like that. I had one that was over 5 that looked at my crankbait and didn't get it. I don't know what it was. It was so long I didn't even think it was a bass when he came out and looked at it. I'm gonna do that. I never caught a 4-pounder out deep, so I would have been crazy to try. Every good fish that I caught, every single one of them that I caught that was over 3.5 come from like 10 foot or less. So that's why we're doing what we're doing, especially since I got a good start. I think I'm just gonna burn as many shallow fish as I can and get as far ahead as I can today. know how big this one is. It's like he kind of hit it right at the boat. I don't know how big that is. Ooh. Never saw it. Just trying to get in the motor now. Never saw this one. Just digging. He hadn't jumped not one time. Usually the first thing they do when they get hooked is jump. It's good to get another bite. I was kind of starting to think I needed to move on to something else. Where's it going? Hope it don't come up and be a 2.5 pounder. I haven't seen the fish yet. You see 20 foot down, I haven't seen it yet. Doesn't feel like a big one. It's just, they have a different thump when they're big. Just gotta be patient. You got treble hooks, you got those little bitty hooks. You don't have any idea how many of the trebles are in his face. And you have no idea if any of them are in his mouth or if they're on the outside of his head or in his tail. Could be a 1 pounder in his tail, and they feel like a giant. But in all actuality, they're not big at all. But what you gonna do when you're fishing for $200,000? You gonna rush it? Or you gonna take your time and make sure you got one? Got him hooked. He must be decent unless he's hooked weird. That's a good one. I saw it that time. Not a big, but he'll get rid of one that I got. Yeah, that's a 4 pounder, I think. Yeah, it's a 4 pounder. 4 pounder. 4 pounder alert. Ring the bell. 4 pounder alert. Beep, 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 4 pounder. See, that's what I'm talking about. He had 2 little bitty hooks in the bottom of the jaw. So you go trying to rush that fish like people, I don't know why he's hitting the bail. I don't know why he's... That's why right there, because if I would have pulled that, you see how easy that hook come out? Pretty sure that's a 4. Huh? Pretty sure that one's a 4. That's gonna help a lot. That was gonna help a lot. Yeah, he's almost... Shit, he's a 5 pounder. All right, that's the one we're getting rid of. That's a big one. I feel like he is barely hooked. I don't know why I feel that way, but I haven't seen it. I really feel like that fish is not hooked good. I lost a bigger one just a minute ago. I saw the other one really good. This is a good one. I think he'll help. He might not. I can see the flash, but I can't really make out how big the fish is. Sometimes they just get the bait sideways. No, he doesn't help at all. They get the bait sideways in the head, and they just have so much leverage that you don't really know how big they are. And that one for sure won't help, which is not a bad thing. Not necessarily a good thing, but you don't want that one helping. But you also don't want to be catching fish that ain't helping. So that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, that one, pretty sure that one doesn't help. I think I can catch them down through here on a swim bait. May try that in a minute. Let's try a swim bait. Saw that one pretty good. It's a 3 at best, if it's a 3. I got 2 3.5s in there, so jeez, come on, bro. Let me chase this sucker. I'm ready to get this over with. He's not even that big. I've already seen the fish. Do I want him in my boat? Yes. He's not big at all. Oh, maybe I do need that one. Let's see. Might have talked a little bit too much junk, but he's not a 4-pounder. I'm really looking for 4.5s or better. 3-1, 3-2. There's a 3-pounder that I don't need. Got another one. Dude, it's another big one. Better not have went in that grass. That fish went in that freaking grass. You better not have went in that grass. If he's stuck in that grass, I will freaking... He went down in the grass. That fish went in the grass. He come out. come out. Come out. Come out. Dang it, dude. Jeez. Tomorrow I'm putting on some bigger line. I'm sick of this. It just takes too long. I got nothing but time. Shut up, stop whining. Catch the fish. Enjoy the moment. Relax, son. Is he just foul hooking me small? No, he's a big one. No, I need that one probably. He's not a big one, but he's not a tiny one either. I had one, yeah, I needed that one. Yeah, that's a good one. Good. I don't think he's gonna help. No. Hope it doesn't help. Fish with you. Okay, that's the end of show day number 1. Let's go weigh them. Let's head back to Messina and see what these boys caught. I know a lot of people made a long run today. Maybe I'll end up regretting it, I don't know. Thank you, my guy. Appreciate you. I didn't do a good job today. He's being really nice. I think I got like 17 or 18, I think, something like that.
Oh, blat.
What it do?
Mr. Brian Latimer out of Belton, South Carolina comes in. He's got his 5 in the bag. Let's weigh him up, blat. Solid. Man, I'm telling you, this place is going to be insane for the next 5 days, man. 19 pounds, 6 ounces today, blat.
I'll take it, man. Like, imagine catching 19 pounds and being like, yeah, I got to figure out what I'm going to do better. You know, I don't know. You know, I really didn't catch, I never caught 19 pounds in practice, so I can't really be upset with it. I thought I was going to catch like 16 or 17. But it was a good day fishing. A lot of bites. I didn't even have to make the run, so I had all your other suckers out there. My back feels real good. I'm going to go out to eat tonight. It was a pleasant day of fishing. I burned like 20 gallons.
Joey Cifuentes said he bought $250 worth of gas today, man.
No. I burnt not even half a tank of gas, so that made it a little bit more pleasurable. I was going to do that in practice, and then I got to thinking about it. I was like, dude, do I really want to do that for 3, 4, 5 days? I was like, you can't tell me I can't catch 20 pounds between here and there. And so I just boundaried off the lake and just stuck with it. Now, I might regret it after time is over with. You know, I don't know. I might regret how this works out. But I think if I can do a little bit better Thursday or whenever we fish, I'll be okay.
Again, the thing is, sure, it'd be nice to win your group and go on straight to the championship round, but if we're not going to do that, that title belt.
Hey, you got to do like wrestling. Man. Hey, I saw that belt the other day. I was like, dude, I'd love to bring that home to my kids. I might have to do some more work and maybe get my belt off Amazon, but it'd be cool to go home. You know how the wrestlers used to do like that?
I'm not going to lie, man. My kid's a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, me too.
I've had that belt in my house for about 4 or 5 days, and finally, the day before I left to come up here, I was like, hey, open that box.
Yeah.
And he opens it, and he thinks I bought him a wrestling belt, right?
He don't even
and
know
he's like,
going.
boom!
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, no, I got to take it now and give it to one of these guys.
Yeah, that would be so cool to take that home, but we got some work to do for sure.
Yes, sir, blat.
Yes,
Get
sir.
on them. I like your game plan. Keep it going your way, man.
Dude, these boys caught the absolute freaking duty smoot out of them today. I got 19.6 with 50 boats. I've had them like in the last 10 boats. I don't know what the results are yet. We'll look at that when I get back to the house. I knew I needed like one more fish. So I had 19.6. I bet if I caught one more, I had 2 3-pounders in there. I had one that passed away that went on to see Jesus in heaven today. So I lost 4 ounces. So I had 19.10, I guess. But dang it, bro. They caught the duty boot out of them. I mean, like they caught them today. So it'll be interesting to see if I'll have to catch 21 Thursday. How am I gonna do it? I mean, god dang. I'm gonna have to catch 21 at least. Which, I mean, if you know that, just catch it. I promise you this, I didn't go to my small ones today. You see in like a lot of these tournaments, I have a lot of pumped up moments on the lake. Like show a lot of emotion. A lot of that's just because fishing is fun, and I enjoy doing it. People oftentimes say, "Oh, that wasn't a big fish. Why is he so pumped up?" Yeah. And man, like, I don't think they get it. One, I don't think a lot of times if you don't understand, which is not your job to understand, you don't owe me an understanding for the way I act on the water. But one thing I do know is that this will come to an end one day. There will be a day where competing at a high level it won't be there for me one day. There'll be a day where nobody cares about my videos or my vlogs. There'll be a day where like I won't be able to compete. I know that day is coming. And so I just really appreciate and like super grateful for the opportunity to do this, and not only do this, but do it and thrive at it. I am so grateful for it because, you know, I didn't know if I was going to ever have the chance to do it. And then secondly, I didn't ever know if I would have any success at fishing. I honestly didn't know. I knew I wanted to. I knew I was putting in the work, but there's no guarantees. So that's why a lot of times I get into it, because I want to soak up every moment of this.